Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, awesome. So, hi, thank you so much for joining me tonight for COM 115 Course of Expectations. As you know, my name is Kim Ware, and it's been nice to visit with you two just a little bit before we get started. I have been teaching for a little over a decade, actually, a lot over a decade at this point. I shudder to think at the age I'll be turning, but I've been told I have good genes, so we'll just roll with that. So, but I've been at Bryan for 3 years, and I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy this class. I think a lot of times people see this class on their roster and think, oh my goodness, why in the world do I have to take a communication class? And the reality is that by and large, almost any college you go to, you have to take at least one communication course as part of your collegiate career as a prereq. And so Bryan selected interpersonal communication, which I think is a great fit. And I got to play a key role in developing the course. So I tried to make sure that you got the core of interpersonal communication along with some other nuances from the overall field that's going to help you in the careers that you're working towards. Benjamin and Allison, can you remind me, what are the careers that you're working for here at Bryan?
I'm in the account.
Me.
You said accounting. One more time, paralegal and accounting?
We're
No, we're
both in accounting.
Okay, awesome. So I went into communication, and there is a very strong reason why I did not go into math. So you guys are numbers people. So if I ever grade anything that doesn't quite add up, you should all be auto tally. But if it doesn't quite work for you, you just let me know, okay? Hi, Megan. So
Hello.
hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. Megan, what program are you in? Amy.
I'm in digital marketing.
Digital marketing, awesome. All right, well, you guys are gonna have a great time in this course. So we're just getting started. I'm gonna talk about the outlook for the course right now. If you have any questions, just holler at me and let me know, okay? Great. So the first thing is we have no regular classes in this course. So you're not going to have to look every Wednesday night and see if you have a class for this general education class. So that's one of the nuances here, no regular classes. We have 2 live events. The first one's happening right now, and the second one is going to happen on March 24th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The second event is all about public speaking. So make sure you write that down. You don't want to miss it. Almost all people are fearful or stressed out about public speaking at some point in their life. And I'm going to give you some really great tips and tricks for how to overcome that, whether you're giving an impromptu conversation to, like, maybe your boss asks you a question, wants some knowledge on something, or if you actually have to stand up in front of a group of people and give a presentation. I'm going to help you out with that. So March 24th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay? Yes. So let's talk about the first half of the course. When this course was designed, we broke it up into 2 sections. The first half of the course is going to lay a foundation for what we're going to be studying. And the second half of the course is all about the application of those concepts. In the first half of the course, if you haven't noticed already, you're going to be doing a self-reflection worksheet and plan. In interpersonal communication, it's very difficult to figure out how to communicate with other people until you get some bearing on how it is that you communicate. And part of that, if you started doing the Learn-Its, is working on things like your self-concept, narrowing down what your beliefs, attitudes, and values are. As you're going to see in the course material, sometimes we try to bundle value, attitudes, and beliefs all into one category, like they're all the same. And they're really not. They're very different things. So in that worksheet, we're going to work through some of those things, develop some. Everybody still there? I lost connection for a minute. Everybody still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you lose connection with me or was it just me?
No, we lost
I-
connection.
I didn't lose connection, no.
Okay, we'll just blame it on the crazy weather, okay? I am going to send a quick text message and I have some people in another room gaming and I'm gonna ask them to hop off of the internet connection and see if that helps. We used to live in a house where our internet connection was spotty and I'm in a new location tonight and I used to have to ask everyone to get off all streaming services so that I could teach. So they're going to have to find some other way to entertain, aren't they? So let's get back to where we were. We have the first half of the course, which is all about the foundation. We're trying to work on understanding who you are as a person and some of your communication styles, and then start looking at how we apply those things in different areas of our lives. One of the cool things about an interpersonal communication class is that we have always and ever been communicating. The moment we're born, we start crying. We start communicating with our bodies. And at this point in our lives, we've always been doing certain things, but maybe we haven't had the language to help define or understand why it is what we're doing and how we're doing. So throughout this entire course, your competence level and your consciousness of how you communicate is going to improve. And it's going to make you a better communicator in your professional and your personal lives. I think you'll see some really nice overlap throughout the duration of the next 8 weeks. And I think you're going to be really amazed at how much you grow in a short period of time in your ability to communicate with the people that you're intimately interacting with. So as I said, in the first half of the course, we're learning concepts. In the second half of the course, we're continuing to learn concepts, but we're applying those concepts to various situations, everything from friendship to work and family relationships. So it's really great. Do you have any questions about the overall outlook for the course before I move on? I wish I had an emoji on here that was like a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Everybody still there? Am I still sharing my screen? All right, so now let's talk about assignment expectations. So with assignment expectations, we are going to be doing a lot of short answer work in this class. We really do not have any assignments that are true false questions or fill in the blanks or any sort of charts. They're all short answer. So if you're not a natural writer, try not to worry. I'm not looking for your talent in writing. I'm looking for your ability to show me that you understand the concepts and that you can apply them with examples. So first of all, just write the best that you can. Some of you have had English already prior to taking this course, and some of you have not, so I'm aware of that. So again, I can't stress it enough, just do the best that you can. A great way to write well for this course is to remember 8th grade English or high school English. I know maybe a long time ago, believe me, it was a long time ago for me too. And I didn't really start understanding it until I had to start homeschooling my kids. Maybe some of you are in that same position, but take whatever question there is. If there's more than one question in a prompt, it's a pretty good indication that you need to have more than one paragraph. Take those questions, transform them into topic sentences. So if I asked you, what are the assignment expectations? You would write the assignment expectations are, then you would define those expectations. Give me an example of the expectations. For example, in assignment 2, I need to write 5 to 7 sentences and then follow it up with another sentence that ties the definition and the example together to create a nice bow. So you have a really well-rounded paragraph. If at any point you have any questions about that, just let me know. You're always welcome to submit your assignment. And the great thing about Brian is that if you need to fix something, you can resubmit it again and again until you get a perfect score. Whatever it is that your goals are for this class, I'm behind you 100% of the way. With that, I really like to ask that people ask questions before you submit assignments. So what does that look like? What does that mean? If you have an assignment due on Sunday and you're working on Saturday at the last minute, yes, I would rather have you wait to submit your assignment before asking questions. I would rather ask questions before submitting your assignment. And here's why. If you submit an assignment and you really have no idea what you're talking about, you're just blowing smoke, then I get to read your assignment and I get to write a lot about why the answer is incorrect. And then you get to read everything that I write, and then you get to resubmit again. When we could have cut out that entire middle section and I could have just helped you at the outset instead of helping you on the back end. It makes your time worth it and it makes my time worth it, and it cuts out all that extra stuff. So even if you get to Saturday night and your assignment is due on a Sunday, ask me the question. If you don't get your answer, just wait. I'm very, very flexible on due dates. Let me work with you and help you understand what the concept is and then submit. So don't worry about that at all. Next, we have Learn It notes. I really like Learn It's, you all. I like them a lot. I think they're really great for helping you get things into your short and long-term memory. One thing I really like to encourage students to do is to take notes of the Learn It. I have posted an example in a video form on the announcements for you to look at one way to maybe do that. I highly encourage you to write on paper. There's something very special that happens in your brain when you take knowledge that's outside and you work it through your body all the way down to your fingertips and you write it out. It also makes the process a lot faster for answering those learnings, because in our class, we have a set level of 1. That's not a decision I made. It comes from the people way above us. And so the learn-its are going to take a little longer in this class than they typically take you. So plan for that. If you write them out, if you can't remember an answer, you can easily look down at a piece of paper and you can answer it that way. Some people like to take screenshots of the answers and then flip through those. So whatever works for you, but I do encourage you to take notes when you're doing the Learn-Its. Finally, let's talk about the late policy when it comes to assignment expectations. Again, I cannot say enough that I'm very flexible with assignments. My goal is for you to learn. My goal is for you to pass the class. And so whatever it takes to get you to that point, I'm willing to work with you. On Monday or Tuesday after an assignment is due, I will place zeros as temporary grades to give you a placeholder, but rest assured, those are only zeros, only temporary. So if you have an extenuating circumstance, you need to turn something in a little bit late, just to communicate with me and let me know, and I will be aware of that. Your zero will go away as soon as your assignment is submitted and graded. Now, we do have a caveat in the syllabus that says everything in week 1 through 3 needs to be submitted by the end of week 4. And everything in week 4 through 7 needs to be submitted by the end of week 8 on that Wednesday. Please try to do that. Please try to stay on target and manage your time well so your assignments are turned in. Again, happy to work with you. But if learning is the key and learning is my goal, it's awfully hard to learn everything that you need to learn if you wait until week 6 and 7 to do it. So please try to stay on top of those assignments. If you need help understanding things, we have a great tutoring program. And again, I'm happy to meet with you individually and help you. That's the assignment expectations. Are there any questions there? Benjamin, Allison, Megan?
Nope, not for me.
And for me,
Okay.
I'm good too.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. It's so weird. You guys are here, but I can't see you and I can't hear you. So I'm gauging nonverbals based on my own face. so I hope everything is going swimmingly. Let's move on and let's talk about, so like what should you expect from me? I told you a whole lot about what I want from you, but what should you want from me? You should want me to do a good job, right? You should want me to be available to you. You should want me to be an expert in the field. And while I think we're all always learning, I really love communication, like a lot. So I think that I can be very helpful and answer your questions and your comments. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find someone who does. I've got some excellent colleagues and we all work together really well. But what about those questions and comments? What should your response time be? So with questions and comments, if you Canvas message me or you send me a text message, you should expect to receive a response within 24 hours. If you don't, something is wrong. So feel free to give me a gentle nudge and be like, hey, I messaged you 25 hours ago and you haven't responded to me. What's going on? And give me a little kick in the rear. But usually I've never had that happen. So I think we're going to be good. Also, I try to take a rest day once a week, and Sunday works best for my family and for me. So if you haven't messaged me by Saturday around noon, and you can kind of expect that after that, and then on Sunday, I won't get back to you until Monday sometime. I am a homeschooling mom, so I tend to focus on my kids. I got 4 of them. Crazy. I tend to focus on them in the morning till about 2. And again, I'm in Denver, so I'm technically on Mountain Standard Time. And then somewhere between 2 and 6, I'm working. I always have my cell phone though, so if you text me.
There she is.
There, are we back? I don't know what's happening. So let me share again. Okay, so I think I'm sharing again. Short answer, Simon. And we're back again. So I don't know what the problem is, but let me just talk to you just a little bit longer and then I'll let you go. Did everyone hear about my response time?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm going to forget the PowerPoint for now because I keep losing it and it's irritating me. So let's just talk. Then finally, with grading your papers, I always grade things within 72 hours. Brian technically gives me 5 days, so you do the math, but usually I get them done within 3 days, a lot of times less than that. So give me some time. There's 20 of you in this class. Now let's talk about Yellow Dig. Who loves Yellow Dig? Long pause, no answer. I know. Yellow Dig can be kind of.
Didn't hear the question, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Who loves Yellow Dig? I mean, usually, Benjamin, it's quiet. Nobody likes Yellow Dig. I mean, there's maybe a couple of people, but I'm going to change that for you. I'm going to make you love it by the time this class is over. I'm just kidding. I can't make you do anything, but I can sure try. So with Yellow Dig, there's a huge why for it. And the why is because we're in an online environment. We're not meeting together regularly, and Yellow Dig offers an amazing opportunity for you not to feel like an island, for you to have peers and comrades who are doing this journey along with you, names that you recognize in other classes, so that as you're going to learn in this course, you feel a sense of belonging, you feel like you're included, you feel like you have some control. And there's also going to be moments of warmth that you'll get in Yellow Dig that you're just not going to find anywhere else. And also, I think you'll be surprised. One day you may be walking in a grocery store and see someone wearing a Bryan University t-shirt, and you'll be like, hey, did you go to Bryan? I went to Bryan. Wait, were you in that comm class? I was. So Yellow Dig definitely has a place, and it's really important. Grading for Yellow Dig happens twice. It's worth 200 points. So this is a 1,000 point course. So 200 points is 20% of your grade. Yellow Dig is probably the easiest 200 points you're going to get in this course. And let me tell you why. Because Yellow Dig allows you to get 35 points every week, but you really only need 25 points every week, because 25 times 8 equals 200. Are my accounting people, are you just mesmerized that I did that math? Whoa, the crowd goes wild. Whoa.
Yay!
I know, sometimes I can't do it, but with Yellow Dig, you can get a max of 35 points every week. So I strongly encourage you to get that max amount of points early, because it will build up this nice little nest egg for you. And if you have a week where you just can't get to it, you have these extra points that have accumulated to get you there. I also do something that's a little bit different than some of the other instructors do that helps springboard you into this point system to get well beyond 200 points. I've had students finish Yellow Dig with over 300 points before. Now, only 200 get to go into your grade book, but it gets to be really fun. See how many points you can actually get. Does anyone know how much badges are worth?
Uh, 5 points, right?
Yes, Benjamin, they are. They're worth 5 points. On Mondays, I'm going to post a Spark. You should plan to answer that Spark. Every time you post a great response, great meaning you answer all the questions, I will give you a badge. So you're going to get points for that post plus points for your badge. Let's say a student comments underneath of you. Okay, and then you go back and you respond to them. I'm going to give you another badge. Then another student responds on that same post. You respond to them. You keep the conversation going. So every time you keep the conversation going on your post, I'm going to give you a badge. So let's say you get 3 student responses and you reply 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the original post, that's another 5 points. So that's 20 points in badges that you've gotten just because of one post. So you can see how quickly you can start snowballing those points and really develop a good thing. Conversation is good. And in this course, with the kind of and we're back. So finally, that's really all I have for tonight. Any questions that you have, you can text me anytime. You can email me, you can send me a Canvas inbox, and I'm just really excited to work with all of you. And don't forget that next live event is on March 24th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be in a better location and figure out what's going on with this internet, and it'll be smooth. So that's all I have for tonight. Do you guys have any questions before I let you go?
No,
No.
ma'am.
Do I hear no's?
No.
No, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out to visit with me tonight. And I just look really forward to working with you and seeing what you bring to the table. That's it. You're free to go about your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ware.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison.